Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWAHASHI, bahasham, Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching His word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. And I say shalom to your Akim out there. Shabbat shalom on this Monday morning, I meant to say Salakia, on this January the 3rd, 2022. This so-called New Year, because the New Year's in the spring. But 2022, this is the year of YAHAWAHASHI turning up. And you're going to see that starting 2022. Beginning January 1st, you've been seeing a lot of judgment been going on. You've been seeing a lot of New Year's Eve parties. It was one down there in, I believe, Mississippi. It was like 3 people dead, 2 injured. And then there was another party that they had. It was, a fight broke out. It was like 90 rounds was shot in the crowd. Multiple people was dead and a lot of them were injured. Those are prime examples as, they enter in the so-called New Year. That's why the title of this lesson, 2022, from the elder apostle to her, 2022 is going to be the year of, YAHAWAHASHI turning up, and you've been seeing that, just like that, I believe, it was that, I believe it's happened the day before yesterday. They had, Gaza script got bombed by the Israelis, the IDF over there in that region, the Gaza script, all you've been seeing like upwards of the people fist fighting and stuff like that, Edomites getting attacked by dogs and stuff like that over these mandates of the waters, just like in 2021, all out through that year, it was like upwards of the people going against the waters mandates, and it's going to follow right along in 2022, and it's going to really heat up and intensify, that's why, there's going to be more wars and rumors of wars, it's going to come a reality, and, and this Russia and United States stuff intensifying as well, too. I believe I seen an article of Joe Biden, made a statement, they, if Russia invades Ukraine, there's going to be serious consequences, So, that's that nations should rise against nations and kingdom against kingdoms, wars and rumors of wars. You're going to see that more increase, intensifying in the year of 2022. In the year of 2022, when YAHAWAHASHI, turn the heat up, And then now you got that incident happened over there in Colorado, They got double hit. They got hit with that, I believe it was fires from at the end of 2021. Now at the beginning of 2022, they got hit with a snowstorm. And I heard there was a lot of people missing and stuff like that. And then they got hit with a flooding too. So all these prophecies, hey man, it's continuing on. And 2022 is going to continue to heat up. These prophecies are definitely going to heat up and intensify, in these last days, especially in 2022. It's going to be, 2021, that was You know, that was a little test, but 2022 is going to be more judgments, you know, more judgments of Jake got that evil eye towards one another. You're going to have more divisions, you know, the Idumean liberals versus the Idumean Republicans. We're going to have divisions on that. We're going to have more divisions of, like scripture says, they should regard nor their kings nor their princes, you know. You're going to have more spirits are created for vengeance as that heat turns up in 2022. And it's going to get more judgment, you know. Because Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, is almost out the door. Because, you know, this place is finished. The daughter of Babylon, this place is through, man. Because there's going to be so much judgment going on, so much judgment around the world. And it's going to be continual of increase, rapidly increase, intensifying and heating up more judgment throughout the whole planet Earth, you know. And I'm going to bring out this Ecclesiastes 39:28. Bring out scripture, you know, and it kind of correlates to the year 2022 of the year of YAHAWAHASHI turning up the heat. And he's definitely going to turn up the heat with more judgment. You know, he's going to put that spirit of vengeance on people to do judgment out here, you know. He's going to send those death angels too to increase more judgment on this planet Earth, you know. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 39 verse 22, and it reads, oh, Salaki, that's not the right scripture. Salaki.
Banged on the glass to get his attention, held up her phone with a message saying the mole might be cancer. After checking with doctors, Hamilton learned Popovici was he indeed did have a melanoma, a highly dangerous form of...
Oh, here we go. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 39 verse 28. There are spirits that are created for vengeance, fury laid on the soul's throat. In the time of that destruction, pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made it. Right? Because, you know, you're going to see more increase in intensifying judgment. You know? And it's going to, you know, it's going to intensify and it's going to increase in these last days, you know? You're going to see more signs of especially wars and rumors of wars, especially the situation over there in the Middle East, you know, and it's a lot of things. Be on the lookout for 2022, you know, that situation over there in Russia and the Ukraine border situation, and, you know, Iran's general, you know, they talking about if they the assassins, the ones who assassin they general leader over there in Iran, you know, it's gonna be some serious consequences to pay, you know. And there was another story right here I'm reading, and it was saying manhunt launched for border guard kills 3 fellow servicemen. And an Azerbaijan sergeant kills a lieutenant and non-commissioned officers before fleeing the border outpost, a military said. You know, so throughout last year and a few years back, you know, Azerbaijan and, you know, another nation, you know, they had, you know, they had that conflict between one another. If I can, let me see if I can. Salakia for a second. Right. Like you had, throughout last year and, the clashes between Armenian and Azerbaijan, that been an ongoing conflict between those two different nations. And, you're going to see more of, like I mentioned before, of this year as, YAHAWAHASHI turns up the heat in 2022. And it's going to increase and intensify. And it's going to even heat up even more, especially against these nations to rise against nations. You're going to have more of these people going against, their governments. Like the scripture says, they should regard nor their kings nor their princes. And I believe it was another story over there in Sudan. I believe it was at the end of year 2021. For protests, they were shot dead on sight. Because I believe the officers, they shot them dead right on sight. Imagine that coming to America, North America, which is the daughter of Babylon, according to the Holy Scriptures. These Antifas, these Antifas, these Idumean liberals, and these Idumean conservatives. Imagine, you doing large protests and you getting shot down by the authority, and you doing these protests and you anti against the warders and stuff like that. Imagine that coming to America. People will lose it. And you never know, you might see that. What's going on in these other countries is coming to North America, especially in the times that we are living in. It's going to be more increased judgment, more increase of woes, famine, pestilence. There's going to be more earthquakes in diverse places throughout the whole year of 2022. You ain't seen nothing yet with those world-breaking floodings and storms and earthquakes in diverse places. It's going to evolve this time in 2022. That's why, there's going to be more of the complexity of the nations. I believe that's in the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. It's going to be an increase of that. Increased judgment throughout the whole planet Earth. You're going to have the Idumeans versus Idumeans in the left and the right. You're going to have Jake going against Jake. All of the tribes going against one another. The 2/3 of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird Israelites as well too. They going against each other. So it's a lot of many different things going to be happening in the year 2022. In the year of YAHAWAHASHI, turning it up in the year of 2022. And it's going to increase and intensify. And I'm bringing this out again for edification's sake. And that be our spirits that are created for vengeance. And the fury lay on their strokes in the time of destruction that they pour out. And it pleased the wrath of him that made it. Like I mentioned before, Salakia. We're just under this coat, recovering from it. Salakia. I'm going to bring out another scripture too. So they think the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son is all about love. He's not all about love. That's why the year of 2022 of YAHAWAHASHI is going to continue to turn up the heat. And I'm going to bring another scripture out. He caused division. see if I'm bringing the scripture out right. Bear with me for a second.
The FDA listed to authorise Pfizer booster shots for kids over the age of 12. How do you feel about this as a physician?
I think it's massively important. The people that we're seeing admitted
Oh, okay.
or people are getting sick at
Here we go.
the emergency department are those who are.
And this is another example right here, on the year of 2022, which is now, the year of YAHAWAH, bahasham, is going to increase, and it's going to turn up. It's going to be 100 times turned up. 2022, hey, it's going to be a worse year, man. You thought 2021 was something. Wait till you see 2022. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I come to send peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. You're going to see division all over the planet Earth. You're going to have these different nations going against each other, different groups of people, different races of people, different nations of people, different kingdoms of people. You're going to see all these many different things. Like I mentioned before, you're going to have food riot, class riots, financial riots. You're going to have political riots, political division. Going to have the Idumeans going against one another. Going to have Jake, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird Israelites as well too. They gonna get in action as well too. You're gonna have people rebellion going against the water mandates and that mask on their face, and they don't even want to take that water shot. They're gonna highly rebel against that. They're gonna rebel against one another. It's gonna be a 2022. These people that's in the world that's blind, they in for the rude awakening, especially you 2/3 of Israel that's in the world that don't even know that you are the children of Israel, because it's a rude awakening coming. And YAHAWAH, he's turning it up in 2022, and he's certainly gonna do that. He's not gonna play around, because these are definitely the serious perilous times that we are living in. And that's that year of 2022, YAHAWAH, turning it up like the elder apostle Tahar, said, for this year. Last year the elder apostle Tahar said the hastening is coming. Now we in the year of 2022. The elder apostle stated, 2022 is going to be the year of YAHAWAH turning it up, and he's not gonna play around. The Most High got these other nations in his trick bag, especially these other nations. Moab think he up next. No, you're not up next. The Israelites, especially the ones that's in this truth, keeping this truth faithfully, strongly, and sincerely, continue to endure like a soldier of Hamashiach Yahawah, endure as a strong shoulder of Yahawah. The children of Israel is going to be up next. The remnant 1/3 of Israel is going to be up next. And 2/3 of Israel is not going to make it. Moab, you're going to be the children of Israel's washpot. Y'all not up next. But, back to what I was saying about, of the year 2022 of YAHAWAH is going to 100% increase the turn up of judgment, of non-stop, continuing, flooded with judgment coming soon. Non-stop flowing of extremely woes, pain, sorrows, all the stuff that's coming to Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. And YAHAWAHASHI, he gonna make sure that happens. And he's definitely gonna cause extremely division. It is not gonna be no love for one, no love for nobody. It's gonna be every person for themselves, especially when these food shortages hits. Especially when you ain't gonna have that food truck not delivering your neighborhoods. And it's gonna be in all nations' neighborhoods. You're gonna have clashes of Jake going into Idumean's neighborhood, taking their foods and goods, going in Moab's neighborhood, taking their foods and goods, jack they women up. It's gonna be a lot of judgment, man, and it's gonna be a lot of division. It ain't gonna be no peace on earth. It ain't gonna be no peace. It ain't gonna be no peace in 2022. It ain't gonna be nobody's year. It's gonna be YAHAWAHASHI's year and his men that's out there on the corners and the highways and byways preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. It's all about YAHAWAHASHI. We be ambassadors for YAHAWAHSHI. And it's an honor and pleasure and humbleness, meekness, and sincerity. Definitely for sure. Being the men of the Lord, being the men of YAHAWAHSHI, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, which is YAHAWAHSHI in the Hebrew, So, that's all I want to bring out. So, yeah, hey, 2022 is going to be the year of YAHAWAHSHI, turning up the heat throughout this whole planet Earth. And so with that, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawah, bahasham, Wakar. Double honors to the elders, apostles, a great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Until next time, I say shalom. And before I close out this sit-down lesson on this Shabbat, January the 3rd, 2022. And, this is going to be the year of YAHAWAHSHI in the year of 2022. Turning it up, And it's going to happen. So with that, I would say shalom.